does a guy to have to date you?
I let's say like 60 billion, sha. Upward, cause
Wait.
calm down.
60 billion.
Yes. Like I can't lie, cause I've suffered already. Yeah, some guys like
You're already lying.
you suffer with the guy later, no, you leave, you know. Like she know that's not that.
I don't understand.
Like one girl we just come down, big press, big dance, do the thing. The girl will not sit at the front of the car. You don't understand? That kind of thing. I hate it. That's why if the guy don't have money, I can use that. What's up, guy? I don't call my baby like, babe, I need 200K. It's not doing like we don't want to see it. You send it to SAP.
You are a thief. Only
No stress. She understand.
Alright, so how much do you need to have before a guy can date you?
I don't need to have money now. Once it's knocking me. Once I'm giving you what you want, so you have to do his best.
So what do you think he wants?
From the way this girl speaks, it shows that she has little or nothing to offer in a relationship. No guy who has good reason and sound common sense wants to hook up with a girl like this, want to be with a girl like this in a serious relationship. And as some guys used to say, she belongs to the streets. A girl like this is just a girl that guys pick up, they do whatever they want to do, and then move on to the next. Trying to step into a relationship, a serious relationship with a girl like this, she'll come to the relationship fine. She'll finesse you, suck you dry, and then toss it to kick it to the curb, and then move on to the next guy.
A guy wants from a girl. It's only sex now.
No, God, please, no.
After sex, what do you want? Maybe.
That's what she knows. That's what she knows she can offer a guy in a relationship. A relationship is not based on sex alone. It's based on very, very many things apart from sex. Being there for one another in times of needs, or being there emotionally, or to support one another in some other aspects that are very, very important to the relationship. But so she feels that anything that has to do with relationship is just sex, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. Anyway, if she sees herself that sex is the only thing she can offer to a guy in a relationship, that is what a guy will also see her good at doing. If she proves herself to be more worthy than just giving a guy sex in a relationship, the guy will treat her in a way that is better, or take her seriously than just seeing her as a sex object. So it's just the way you present yourself to a guy is the way the guy will also take you as well. But to her, the way she talks, anyway, she's like a hooker. She's not ready for any serious relationship with a guy.
You can only ask me questions, Sha.
I hate when women say this shit about, oh, I was so young when I got into this relationship, and I had kids with this man when I was so young. It's such a cop-out, because the idea that a woman is young, even though she can have kids, they can use this as an excuse. But imagine if a young man robbed a bank at 20 years old. He goes to jail for freaking 10, 15 years. No one says, oh, you were just young. No, but a woman, she could use this excuse and mess up her life, and she feels that she should be excused for this. These women find it quite okay to give their womb away to a man. Not once, twice, without requiring a ring. It blows my mind every single time.
Yes, that's what many girls do in this modern day world anyway. What they do is they hook up with so many guys, rich guys, influential guys, millionaires, all for the sake of just having a baby for them, so that the guy will be paying child support throughout his life. Now, these girls, after they failed maybe at one or two attempts to get a baby daddy for themselves, they begin to blame it on guys for their own mistakes in the first place. So, and one thing about these girls is that they can't take responsibility for what they have done. No matter how bad their decisions may be, even if it is made known to them plainly that they've made wrong decisions in the past, they'll still look for a way to blame it on men, that they are the men who has made them pass through these awful times.
I just don't understand it. Is this what feminism have taught you women? That, it's just acceptable for you to just get pregnant? No shame. No shame at all. These women will just knock out kids and just move on.
If I feel like somebody trying to take control of, not even control, like take advantage of me, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm big-hearted. So if I feel like somebody,
I get so sick of black people with this zodiac.
I'm a Capricorn. It's hard. All right. So what? Capricorn, it's hard. Well, then what are your alternatives? Men don't want to tolerate this. We haven't even got to the important stuff because you just...
And the thing is that men don't even care about these things, whether you're a Capricorn or whatever you might have called yourself. The most important thing is for you to behave like a woman. Don't be aggressive. Don't act as if you are better than he is, and stop trying to compete with him as a guy. Men compete with themselves. Women are supposed to be submissive to their husbands or their potential partners, so that relationship will move on in a very, very good way. When a woman begins to compete with a guy or giving him headache even before she goes into a serious relationship, let me say marriage with a guy, he will see that woman as a potential threat to him, because if she's giving him headache before marriage, for example, then what will he be passing through during marriage? So when they come across women like that, guys who knows their worth and what they want in a woman, women like this, they toss them off and they move on to the next.
Out of control. That's fine. You think that gets better with age?
No, I only get older.
So, since you seem to know those couple of issues, what are you doing about it? Nothing?
I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress.
With who? Nobody.
She's lying. She knows her problems. She knows she knows her problems. That she's weak in this aspect, but it's not about to look for a way to solve her problems. She just kept quiet and then believes a man will come into her life to solve her problems for her. At least even if you want a man to come into your life to solve your problems for you, and you would have taken a bold step in order to do so that the man will be an assistance for you to do to get to where you are going, and that will be a man who is very, very tolerating. But most men, no man wants a woman who wants to bring headache into his life. If you have problems, fix your problems yourself. That's one of the signs that you're a mature woman.
In other words, she's not doing anything. Not doing anything. She knows her issues and is doing absolutely nothing. So, that's a formula for what kind of outcome?
Nothing.
What nice guys do is what they suffer with is not that they're too nice or anything. It's just that they have incredibly weak boundaries when it comes to women. They simply are not just women. It could be anybody. What they do is they lack a lot of masculinity, and what they do is they blame the fact that they're so nice as to why they can't get women. But it's not about being nice. It's about a lack of masculinity. And one of the best ways to establish masculinity is placing boundaries, particularly with women. When you don't like a behavior, you don't roll over and allow it to continue and then give her more in order for you to get her. You set a boundary and you have a willingness to walk away. Nice guys, what happens is they don't like to exert their boundaries and they don't have a willingness to walk away. So what ends up happening is their nice nature becomes a reason for resentment, because women don't like it. They actually feel angry when you're too nice to them, because then they don't feel protected. They feel like you're weak. If you let a woman call the decisions for you, she'll slowly start to hate you, because she'll feel like she has to raise you and she'll lose respect for you. So you're better. What we truly want is not a man that just is like chaotic. We just want a man who we can trust makes good decisions. He's not the nice guy. He's the one that we'll submit to. But the one that doesn't trust his own decision making and we have to do it, and he comes across as being nice, essentially he's seen as weak.
Now, one thing I can say about this is that it's good to be a nice guy anyway, but not to the extent of being too nice and then letting other people to walk all over you. One thing about most men is that they are just too nice to the extent that women take advantage of them, they finesse them, and then begin to treat them like a piece of trash. And one thing about some of these men, although not all of them, is that they don't have a backbone, the ability to walk away from toxic relationships. They prefer to stay in that relationship, seeing that woman as the only option they have. And the more they stay in the relationship, the more the woman finesses them and walks all over them, and the more she loses respect for them. And by the time they now try to come back, at least realize that they've made mistakes in the past, by the time they try to make amends, they do it in a wrong way, and things get very, very messy. So if you really want to correct some of the things a woman does to you, maybe at the first approach or during the relationship or during the course of the relationship, one of the best ways is that The moment she brings something you don't like to you, you reject it immediately, and then later realize that she should never repeat it again. You don't have to say it in a bad way or in a way that will make it appear as if she's completely worthless. No, there are ways you just say it and then she realizes what she has done is wrong. Now, but the problem with some now, apart from that, some guys have boundaries, but they have boundaries to the extent that they become toxic. And one of the things they have been promoting on YouTube nowadays, toxic masculinity, in which women, they take absolutely nothing from women, no matter how small a thing. There are some things that as a guy you're supposed to overlook and then move on with your life in the relationship, but little things like that, some of these guys that believe in toxic masculinity, they take it too personal, and then as a result it leads to a situation whereby things that is not even supposed to lead to the end of a relationship, they make it lead to the end of a relationship. So one has to just seek a middle course within. You have to be nice, but don't be nice to the extent that you begin to accept very, very stupid things.
My ex-boyfriend and I are still friends. I'm sure you're okay with that.
If she's still friends with her ex-boyfriend or her ex-husband, that's not just a red flag, that's an immediate disqualifier. There's only one circumstance under which you should tolerate her having any sort of communication with her ex, which is when they have kids together, or perhaps they have a dog together, somebody or something that needs taken care of. That's fine. If that's not the case, why on earth should she be in touch with him? They've broken up. And this is not about you telling her what she can or cannot do, but if she insists on having any sort of relationship or fake friendship with her ex, walk away.